right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Storm surveys reveal 8 tornado tracks from Saturday evening. The one additional track that was identified today.
Getting back in the saddle. Storms ripped the roof right off a horse stable in the Metro East. The call tonight for a barn raising. Our top story, a Good Samaritan shot.
Well, I thought I'd be nice and give him a ride.
He's like the nicest person I know. He's always doing nice things for people.
Tonight, an 86-year-old veteran is sharing his harrowing experience only to 5 on your side. Right now, St. Louis police are looking for the gunman from this morning's shooting. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush. Ann Allred has the night off. Our Robert Townsend talked with the victim as he walked out of the hospital just hours ago, and Robert joins us live outside police headquarters. Robert.
Mike, Floyd Stovall is now back home with his wife. That's after being shot by someone he just wanted to help.
For years, 86-year-old Floyd Stovall has enjoyed giving rides to strangers in his 1965 Mustang.
I pick up young people on that street where I live.
Shortly after 9 this morning, Stovall was on the move in his Mustang when he spotted a guy near Bower Road.
Got in and asked him where he wanted to go, and he said, well, it's up here ahead. He said he had to go to work.
Several miles later,
it became obvious that I was going to have some trouble. I need some money. And I said, well, I don't have much on me, and so, but I said, I'll give you a couple of dollars.
Stovall said when he pulled out his billfold to give the guy some money, the two struggled.
He's starting to get out, and I'm trying to hold on to my billfold, and he said, I'm going to shoot you.
The man shot the retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel once in his right hand, then ran off.
I don't remember being scared.
The fearless, bleeding veteran drove quickly to a nearby auto shop. The owner called 911 and wrapped Floyd's hand in a towel.
You feel lucky?
Very.
Stovall then drove himself a few miles to Mercy South Hospital.
I flew airplanes, so I was never shot at. It's the first time.
I'm really thankful
to still have his grandpa.
I was fearing the worst at first, so just hearing that he was alive and he's going to be okay, I'm really happy.
You're not going to do that anymore?
No.
Stovall now has bullet fragments in his hand as a result of getting shot. Right now, police only have a vague description of the shooter. That shooter stole less than $50 from Mr. Stovall. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
A St. Louis man is in jail tonight charged in an apparent road rage shooting. Police say his own mother turned him in. The shooting happened Saturday night near the intersection of Michigan and Mott in South City. Investigators say Keelan Lake shot at the other car, hitting the driver in the back. That driver continues to be treated in an area hospital. We're following a developing situation on the Poplar Street Bridge. Right now, crews are on the scene of a semi-tractor trailer overturned on the eastbound ramp from Interstate 44. You can see in the video it's kind of resting on the guardrail. There's no word what led to this crash. We're told the driver, though, is okay. A chilly night at the ballpark tonight, but spring-like temperatures return tomorrow. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell has more on that and some new information on this weekend's tornado outbreak. Scott?
Yeah, a couple of things going on here. And of course, weather has settled down. We had those gusty winds most of the day today. They're finally settling down across the St. Louis area tonight. But it's another chilly night as temperatures dropping now in some cases in the upper 40s in the outlying areas, still in the 50s in town. Florissant looking nice and quiet. Over at Busch Stadium, the winds died down this evening and they'll continue to get even lighter through the overnight hours. That means it's chilly early tomorrow, but it is warmer tomorrow afternoon and Wednesday, and then more storms on Thursday. Look at this time lapse from Saturday evening. Those storms sweeping over Forest Park, South St. Louis City, South County. Storm survey teams from the National Weather Service have been out the last couple of days. They've completed the surveys. 8 weak tornado tracks identified, all of them quick spin-ups rated EF0 and EF1 on the enhanced Fujita scale. with no deaths or injuries reported. The last storm that was added to that, the newest track, the one that started on the northwest side of Festus here, west of Interstate 55 near Old Highway A and went up towards Herculaneum. That produced about a 4-mile track with winds at times close to 100 miles per hour. That's not in the forecast for the next few days, but we will talk about our chances for storms on Thursday in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. There was extensive damage from those severe storms this past weekend. The Highland Saddle Club's barn in Highland, Illinois has been ripped to shreds, and the debris even killed one of their horses. New tonight, our Laura Barczewski walks us through the destruction as they pick up the pieces.
28 years.
This is my whole life.
Kevin Gleason and his staff have dedicated their time and their hearts to Highland Saddle Club.
I've been doing this forever.
It was nearly taken away in a matter of minutes by a storm so strong it lifted thousands of pounds of metal like it was nothing.
We grabbed the dogs, head downstairs, and by the time we got down the steps, we turned our phones on and we could literally hear the tornado at that point in time.
After the storm passed, he ran upstairs and out to the stables.
We've seen the devastating damage and the horse that was hurt.
35 horses busted out of their fences and stalls. Unfortunately, the injured horse was hit by flying debris and didn't make it.
It's traumatic, even though the horse doesn't belong to me, but it was in the custody and care of this facility.
Gleason called on his farm family to help. Riding instructor Michelle Jones rushed right over to the barn.
I could see the barn from the road, and there were lights shining through the roof, and I knew it was bad at that time.
The storm peeled off the roof of the stall area here, ripped it open like somebody had opened up a can and pushed it over here into the neighbor's field. That's roughly 100 yards away.
The roof to the arena, all of our fences were damaged. Our hay has gotten wet. Just the barn just is decimated. It's terrible.
Jones says the Highland Saddle Club has given so much love to the community.
I have over 135 families riding here right now. Plus we do pony camps and unicorn parties in the summer.
And now they're going to need some of that love to make its way back.
Prayers and some help if we can get it. That'd be the best.
Reporting in Highland, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Even though the Saddle Club has insurance, they say it won't cover everything. The materials alone are going to cost about $100,000, and they need financial help. And we have a link to their GoFundMe on KSDK.com. Tonight, most of the power is back on in the town of Hecker, Illinois. The community in Monroe County was hit with an EF1 tornado Saturday night. It caused damage to homes and buildings. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Saturday's severe weather also left behind damage around parts of St. Louis County. An EF1 tornado hit Valley Park, Fenton, and Sunset Hills. There was also some damage in Baldwin. Strong winds blew out a window at the Baldwin Point Rec Center. City leaders tell us they have to drain the pool to get out all of the broken glass. Developing tonight, after community outcry, an 84-year-old Kansas City area man is now charged in the shooting of a teenager. Clay County prosecutors charged Andrew Lester with 2 felony counts in the shooting of Ralph Yarl. The 16-year-old was shot in the head Thursday night. Investigators say he rang the wrong doorbell when going to pick up his younger brother from a friend's home. Lester claims he was scared by the teen's size.
As the prosecutor of Clay County, I can tell you there was a racial component to the case. We understand how frustrating this has been, but I can assure you that the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work.
Tonight, the teen is recovering at home. A GoFundMe page has surpassed $1.5 million to help with medical expenses and pay for college. We're just hours away from a high-stakes court hearing which will determine the fate of Kim Gardner's career. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey wants the embattled St. Louis Circuit Attorney removed from office. Tonight, a St. Louis judge is threatening to throw Gardner in jail for contempt of court. This after 2 murder trials were supposed to start this morning, and they were delayed because attorneys did not show up on time. Right now, there are just 3 prosecutors under Kim Gardner trying to juggle nearly 500 serious felony cases. One defense attorney is now asking for his client to be released on bond.
This is very unfortunate, first and foremost for Deontez, who is presumed to be innocent. It's unfortunate for the victims of this crime, who are entitled to be present, to be kept informed. It's an unfortunate situation for the citizens of St. Louis who expect for this system to work, and it's failing everyone, and something needs to be done.
We reached out to Gardner's office about these two cases, have not heard back. 5 on Your Side did obtain an internal memo Gardner sent to her staff today addressing recent resignations. You can read it now at KSDK.com. During tomorrow's hearing, we expect the court could rule on a number of motions, including Gardner's request to throw it out and Bailey's request to remove her from office as the case proceeds. Cameras are being allowed in the courtroom, and 5 on Your Side will bring you live coverage. The hearing is set to begin at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. We will stream it live at KSDK.com, on YouTube, and on the 5+ app. The app is free on your Roku or Fire TV. Tomorrow begins a new era at St. Louis City Hall. A new and smaller board of aldermen will be sworn into office. After 109 years, the number of aldermen have been cut in half from 28 to 14. Tonight begins Yom HaShoah, or Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day when we all come together to honor the victims of the Holocaust and to reflect on the lessons learned from this abomination. A visit to the St. Louis Kaplan Feldman Holocaust Museum tells the story of this systematic genocide of Jews and other minorities by Nazis in World War II. As some recent surveys show, the lessons of the Holocaust are still relevant today.
It was clearly shown that the more that people know about the Holocaust, the more prone they are to recognize anti-Semitism and extremism, and to recognize it as a societal problem and something that we need to solve collectively.
Nancy Lisker goes on to say, we must remain vigilant against the forces of hate, bigotry, and intolerance to make sure that when we say the Holocaust, we also say never again.